They sold 4.5 million albums, had 15 top 20 singles and regularly sell out 60,000 capacity arenas. They are the Manic Street Preachers. And after 2 years away from the limelight, the Welsh trio are back and ready to rock with not one but 2 new singles. Nicky James, how are you?
Hello.
We're here at the rehearsing. You're rehearsing, aren't you, at the moment, the studios?
Yeah.
How's it going?
I've only been up here about 3 hours because we got stuck in traffic.
And we've interrupted you already.
It sounded like a real right racket for like the first 2 hours. So it's good to get away from it, really.
You've been away for 2 years. Apart from recording, what have you been doing?
Nothing really. We just, we took a long time. We wrote 27 songs in a year, recorded, wrote, produced, mixed, everything. So most of this, it takes quite a lot of effort to do that when you're old as us.
You've decided to release 2 singles on the same day, Found That Soul and Why So Sad. So what's the reason behind that?
I think it was Nick came up with the idea of releasing 2 singles. We realised...
Don't blame me.
We realised that we could release 2 singles that were completely different from each other and represent the album.
So Why So Sad is definitely the one that'll get more airplay and all that kind of stuff.
The video for Why So Sad was filmed partly in LA. Did you have a good time over there?
We didn't want to go, to be honest, so we did ours in just in the studio in London.
Yeah.
And the rest is all blue screen, trickery, Titanic proportions.
And you decided to launch the album in Cuba. Whose idea was that?
Mine. It was just, it sounds quite blasé, but we were just sitting around the pool in Spain when we were recording and trying to think of ways, like I said, to make things seem exciting. And I just really admire the way Cuba stands up against the Americanization of the world, really.
How do you think the album will go down with your hardcore fans?
Perhaps we've gone so far the other way that they were on the verge of deserting us, but I think they'll come back in droves. The Mondeo man will kind of drift away, but the hardcore fan will drift back.
What's coming up for you guys in the next year?
I think after the gig in Cardiff to 60,000 people, we realised you reach a peak and you can't recreate that. There's no point trying to create the feeling of that night. You've got to try and maybe, go backwards to go forward, so to speak. So we're looking forward to just actually seeing the audience rather than seeing dots in the distance.
And you can see the second part of my exclusive interview with the Manics next week.
Things get clear when I feel free. But whatever's next comes easily.
We're here at the rehearsing. You're rehearsing, aren't you, at the moment, the studios?
Yeah.
How's it going?
I've only been up here about 3 hours because we got stuck in traffic.
And we've interrupted you already.
It sounded like a real right racket for like the first 2 hours. So it's good to get away from it, really.
You've decided to release 2 singles on the same day, Found That Soul and Why So Sad. So what's the reason behind that?
Well, usually when we finish an album, we always have a general consensus on what the first single might be, and we just we couldn't agree on anything this time, and it kind of scared us a tiny bit. And I think it's because the album is quite diverse and varied, that we realised that one song couldn't actually represent the album.
Which one's your favourite, and which one do you think will get to #1?
You're open, aren't you? I think the main single, So I So Sad, is the one we always felt that would be a single, but it didn't really felt that it represented the album because it's quite this very Beach Boys influence, really.
If you were to call it a day, or you were never in a band, what do you think you would have been doing?
I think there's a Woody Allen film, Sweet and Low Down, with Sean Penn, about a mythical jazz guitarist. I think that's had a big effect on James. I think he liked the idea of wandering across America in a grubby white suit.
Oh, grubby? Why grubby?
Because Sean Penn's is grubby.
So why so sad? You leave any love. So why so sad?
You've been invited to play a gig in Havana. How important is this gig to you?
We are quite frightened that whether anybody will be there, really.
We just kind of
You'll
scared.
just get a load of Brits going over as well.
No,
won't
you're
you?
kind of scared that it might be like
Listen.
50 Cubans down the front just going, these guys haven't got any rhythm. Yeah. Just like, scared of that too.
You said that you approached this album as if it was the last album you were ever going to record. Is this the end of the Manics?
It's not necessarily the end, but you know, we're near the. What do you always say? We're
I
more
always
near
say
the end than the beginning.
Yeah, we're closer to the end than we are the beginning.